Hi Cancer and welcome to your horoscope for January 2025. Thanks for joining me. It's a pleasure to be with you today. My horoscopes are based on the UK time zone, and please watch them in this order: rising sign first, then sun sign, and finally your moon sign. So I'm going to break January down into 4 weeks, and I'm going to pay particular attention to what the moon is doing, how it moves through the houses in your chart, and how you're going to be influenced every day in January. But before I get started with that, I just want to mention that January is a really great month for stargazers. On Friday, the 3rd of January, you could see Venus really closely to the moon, and I loved that. I thought it was such a symbol of hope, especially after the black moon in Capricorn that we had on the 30th of December 2024. Venus is love and beauty and creativity, and the moon is your heart, it's your home, it's the way you feel. So that combination in the sky really starts off the year with a sense that I can love myself, I can nurture my inner child, and I can make myself a priority while still caring for others. On the 18th of January, you'll see Venus and Saturn, and they're going to appear really closely to each other. They're going to be 2.2 degrees apart. So Saturn is structure and security. So the 18th of January is really, I'm certain about what and who I love, and how I want to bring more of that into my life. You may also see shooting stars via the quadrantid meteor shower, and that continues until the 12th of January. So if you have clear skies and you see a shooting star, please make a wish. And isn't that a wonderful way to start this new year? Loving yourself, wishing upon a star. It's almost magical. Okay, so week one, Wednesday the 1st until Sunday the 5th of January. I know I'm a little late because I'm filming this on the 4th. The moon was in Capricorn on the 1st of January, and it was in your 7th house of relationships. That was a good opportunity to work on your relationships and to make progress there. So to get back on the same page with a family member or a friend. The moon then went into Aquarius on the 2nd and 3rd of January, and it joined Pluto and Venus in Aquarius in your 8th house. The 8th house is institutions and the authorities, bureaucracy, paperwork, and Aquarius is an air sign. So those 2 days were great for you to sort out anything that required you to fill in forms or to complete the tax return, anything like that. And on the 3rd as well, we had Venus ingressing into Pisces. And Venus, the planet of love, joined Saturn and Neptune in your 9th. And from now on, Venus gets closer and closer to Saturn until the 18th. And all of them in the 9th house really give you this wonderful perspective, or this spiritual confidence almost, that says, I want to learn something that allows me to express myself. So if you've ever thought of taking a class in watercolors or performance art or sculpture or pottery, it's a wonderful month here, I would say, from the 3rd till the 18th and beyond, to discover some type of activity that you can learn that really makes you feel the love via your creative output. On the 4th and 5th, the moon joins Venus and Saturn and Neptune in your 9th, and the moon is in Pisces during those 2 days. And again, remember, the moon is what makes you feel at home, and it's what's easily accessible to you. So the first week really is about learning everything that you can, especially creative tools or modalities, so that you can express your true vision of life and the world and what it all means. From the 6th of December last year until the 23rd of February 2025, Mars is in retrograde. And Mars appears to go backwards. Mars is the planet of masculinity and drive, what I want right now, what I'm not going to compromise on. And in Leo, a fire sign, it is way over the top. So it's actually a great thing being retrograde in your 2nd house, because rather than rushing off and saying, I am going to start all these new businesses, it allows you to consider, what can I do to put myself in the spotlight or to connect with the public so that I can create an income. But rather than just considering it for 5 minutes and then rushing off to do it, I'm going to look at all the different options, and particularly for Cancers who want to put themselves out there through some sort of creative skill or talent. This first week really allows you, one, to identify what that is, and then two, to do it. Mercury and Venus are also direct all month, so don't expect any problems with communication or transportation. And also don't be reluctant to start a new business or to start a new relationship. So let's see which houses the moon covered in this first week. So it started in your 7th, and then it ended up in your 9th. So it's the journey of the moon in the first week is the 3rd quadrant, and the 3rd quadrant is really relationships out there, education, broadening your horizons, travel, and experiencing something new that exists outside of yourself. So, reading a book for the first time or visiting a location you've never been to. It's all about the new and the self out there in the world and what that offers you. Week 2, Monday to Sunday, the 6th to the 12th of January. On the 6th and 7th, the moon is in Aries, and that's in your 10th house of career, next to the North Node, Chiron, and the transiting ascendant, all in Aries. So these 2 days are great to overcome obstacles in your work, to face the most challenging aspects of your working life, and to bulldoze your way through them, and to heal any kind of issues you have at work simply by applying yourself and pushing forwards. So you can make huge inroads in your working life on the 6th and 7th. Also on the 6th, Mars retrogrades back into your sign, Cancer, on the 6th of January, and it moves into your 1st house of self next to the part of fortune and next to Hades, also in Cancer. So there's a really wonderful sense that taking care of myself is my top priority, and as long as I'm on my own side, then things will work out as they're meant to. It's this wonderful sense of faith that you don't need to control absolutely every aspect of life, and you can just enjoy it and not just hope for the best, but realize that the best is yet to come, because it truly is. On the 6th of January as well, the moon reaches its 2nd quarter, so it's waxing, it's getting bigger towards becoming a full moon in Cancer on the 13th, and it sits in your 10th house. So what's happening is that the moon's energy is building and getting stronger and stronger. So it allows you to, again, really tackle the most complex issues in your working life and to resolve those. So the 6th of January is an important day for you. On the 8th and 9th, the moon moves into Taurus, and it goes into your 11th house of hopes and dreams and informal relationships, so friendships. And it's next to the transiting ascendant and Uranus, the planet of the miraculous and the unexpected and chaotic, and it's also in Taurus. So the 8th and 9th of January is a wonderful time, again, for you to express yourself creatively, but also to go out into the world and to bump into something that represents the realization of a lifelong hope and dream. So if you've always hoped to find the right person, or if you've always wanted to feel understood, or you've always wanted to have some sort of talent creatively that you can use, the world is going to present that to you on the 8th and 9th. So make sure that you're out and about and that you're paying attention to symbols and signs and what people are saying. One or more of your hopes and dreams are going to be realized. On the 8th of January as well, we have Mercury, the communication planet, that ingresses into Capricorn, and it goes into your 7th house of relationship, plural, relationships, and it sits next to the transiting midheaven, which is work, palace, wisdom, and the sun in Capricorn, all in the 7th house. So any work that needs doing as far as your relationships with other people are concerned, you'll have the patience and the presence of mind to say, hey, listen, if we have had arguments or there's been an estrangement, you'll take that very seriously. And if a person really matters to you, you're going to do all the work that you can to get that back on track. And it's likely that it will get back on track. So if there are any people in your life where things have gone a little awry, look at those on the 8th and 9th and get back onto a good page. On the 10th and 11th, the moon goes into Gemini and it joins Jupiter, the lucky planet, also in Gemini, in your 12th house of spirituality and spiritual strength. Wow, so Cancer, this is a really amazing month for you because the 2 days prior, the 8th and 9th, one of your hopes and dreams came into your life. And now on the 10th and 11th, you're going to get really useful information from the higher realms. So if you do anything like meditation or prayer or Tai Chi or Qigong, or you listen to music to get into that mindset of, I'm connecting to something bigger here, you'll get really lucky information that when applied is going to transform your life for the better. On the 12th, the moon goes into your sign of Cancer and it sits in your first house of self next to Hades and Mars, also in Cancer, and that's in retrograde. So that's a good day, and extending it even into week 3, the moon stays in Cancer on the 13th and 14th to practice good self-care and to take it easy and to kick back and to recharge and to really know your authentic and true self. And you don't really, again, have to do very much. It's just like, I know what I'm feeling. I know what makes me feel safe and at home, and that's what I'm going to do. So in week 2, the moon started in your 10th house and it ended in your first house. So it moved through quadrant 4 and house 1. House 1 is the self, and the fourth quadrant, houses 10, 11, and 12, are really about transcending the self. So the second week, new things come in via your hopes and dreams. The universe speaks to you in amazing ways, so that by the time the moon is in Cancer on the 12th, you really feel like, wow, I've been given so much. I feel like I'm complete. Okay, week 3, Monday to Sunday, the 13th to 19th of January. Moon is still in Cancer on the 13th and 14th. So take that time to really chill and to enjoy a sense of well-being. Specifically on the 13th of January, when we have a full moon in your sign, it's a full moon in Cancer. And that happens in your first house of self, next to Mars retrograde. So it's a celebration of who you are. So if there's anything, let's say you've done something that you're really pleased with, or you've moved house or something, have a housewarming party, or invite people to celebrate something you're proud of or something you've achieved. Share the joy with others. They will celebrate with you. On the 15th and 16th, the moon then goes into Leo in your second house of money, and the moon, your heart, in Leo is very confident, and it's very much about, I want to be in the spotlight, I want to lead, I want to operate independently. And it means that whether you're a student or retired or you're working full-time, you will find a different way of creating an income for yourself, or something different that you can work towards. So you discover a passion that can pay financially, and it will also pay as such as it rewards you and as it gives you a sense of accomplishment, achievement. I've done something good. Well done, me. On the 17th and 18th, the moon moves into Virgo, and it's in your third house of communication. Virgo is ruled by Mercury, and it's very good at analysis and detail and creating meaning. So studying everything and coming up with an answer. And in your third house of communication, it's awesome in terms of, what do I want to learn? How can I express myself creatively? Which is the best option? Figuring that out. And then saying, I'm going to now operate and express this skill and talent in a consistent way. On the 19th, we have the moon going into Libra, and that goes into your fourth house of family, and that is wonderful as far as your family relationships are concerned. So if you can, please do spend time with your nearest and dearest on the 19th, but also going into week 4, the 20th and 21st, while the moon is in Libra in that fourth house of family, because you'll find it really enjoyable and easy to connect, and it's wonderful just to feel the love and the support and to have a laugh and to spend time with people you care about, to socialize. On the 19th as well, the sun moves into Aquarius. And for you, it goes into your 8th house again of red tape, the authorities, institutions. It's next to Pluto and the part of fortune. So if you have anything going on, like a legal case, or you're in contact with the tax people, or there's an investigation in your employment, or anything going on in that sector of your life, you'll really understand what's happening and you'll be able to transform it for the better. So, let's say it is mediation. If you show up, the mediation will go well. If the application form needs to be done, you will get it done and it's likely to work well. So use the 19th until the end of the month specifically to connect even more with the authorities in your life, and anything that needs doing, don't procrastinate on it. Get it done as soon as it comes up. You'll be very pleased with the outcome. So week 3, the moon started in your first house of self, and it ended up in your 4th house. So it covered quadrant 1, houses 1, 2, 3, and then house 4. So this is very much about now integrating in week 3 all of the wonderful things that happened in week 2, and to think about what is it that I really want to communicate, and how can I take things that I'm expressing and transform those into things that will provide an income, or how can I express my hobbies and put them out there in the world. And then finally, at the end of the week, how can I connect with family members and close loved ones to recharge my batteries? Okay, and then we've got a really long week, week 4, Monday to Friday, the 20th to the 31st of January. The moon is still in Libra on the 20th and the 21st, so family is supported. And on the 21st, the moon reaches its 4th quarter, and now it's waning away towards being a new moon. So expect 0 conflict in family situations, family relationships. And if you can, plan the 19th, 20th, and 21st to spend with people you're closest to. The moon then goes into Scorpio on the 22nd and 23rd, and that's wonderful because the 5th house is what you love, who you love, what you love to do, romance, intimacy, your children who you love. And the moon in Scorpio is incredibly psychic. So if you're a Cancer who's single, the 22nd and 23rd are ideal to go on dates, because on an intuitive level, you'll be able to connect with that other person and immediately know whether they're suitable for you or not. The moon then continues and goes into Sagittarius on the 24th and 25th and 26th, and that's in your 6th house of daily routine and work and structure. And Sagittarius is the centaur. It's about setting goals and then galloping towards them, right? So anything that needs changing in your daily routine, you'll be really excited about that, and you'll find it easy to let go of things which no longer serve you, and to only maintain those structures in your life that really make you feel positive and like things are going in the right direction. So the whole thing is super optimistic for you. On the 27th and 28th, the moon goes into Capricorn, and that's in your 7th house of relationship again. And this isn't so much about going on dates and experiencing romance. It's about working on your relationship. So Cancer, this month for you is very much about your relationships with other people. Do the work, but make sure you're not just giving and getting nothing in return. look at those and kind of be objective about it and say, do you know what? I not, and this is me saying this now. I don't think every relationship needs to be transactional. I give you something, so I expect something in return. I don't. But I do think that Cancer, you specifically as a water sign who's very focused on the family and relationships, you often do a lot more work on relationships than other people. So when the moon is in Capricorn on the 27th and 28th, you'll be able to zoom out and see, hey, do you know what? I do all the work here. Is that still appropriate? Do I maybe want to pull back a little bit? Less is more, but you'll be able to create balance in your relationships so that you're not burning yourself out. On the 27th of January, Mercury ingresses into Aquarius. And again, it really helps you in your 8th house, getting any of your connections with the authorities or institutions sorted out. Mercury is the communication planet, right? And it rules Gemini and Virgo, but I feel that it's very happy in Aquarius because it's an air sign and it's really able to look at all of your formal connections and to work through those, but with a view, how can I make the best outcome possible in this situation? And again, weirdly, for myself and everyone else. So you really approach everything with a very kind of objective point of view, but you're also interested in creating balance. And I think other people are really going to appreciate that and you'll get a good response. So if there's anything official that needs dealing with, I would say the 27th onwards is amazing. Then on the 29th and 30th, the moon, hang on, have I mentioned this before? No, so the 27th of January, Mercury ingresses into Aquarius, but the moon follows suit on the 29th and 30th, and it's in your 8th house again. And on the 29th, we have a new moon in Aquarius, so the moon is pitch black, and it's pulling in a ton of Aquarius energy in order to start its next 28-day cycle. So what I mentioned about getting things sorted with authorities and institutions, the 30th is great, but the 29th is even better because it's a new moon in Aquarius. On the 30th, Uranus, the planet of the miraculous and the unexpected and chaotic, that goes direct, so it appears to move forward until the 5th of September 2025. Uranus is in your 11th house of hopes and dreams, and that is wonderful because for the next 9 months, you're going to bump into and discover things out there in the world, which again represent the realization of your lifelong hopes and dreams. And I think this is going to be a great month for you, but I'm also getting that it's a great year for you with Uranus in that position. Finally, on the 31st, the moon goes into Pisces and it rejoins Saturn and Venus and Neptune and the North Node, all in Pisces in your 9th house. So that is the opportunity to connect on a spiritual level and to receive really useful guidance that you can implement. So in this last 11 days of January, the moon started in your 4th house of family and it ended in your 9th house. So that's the right-hand side of the chart, quadrants 2 and 3. And initially, it's about what do I love and how can I implement that in my life? And then the last part of the month is about how can I sort out any red tape, bureaucracy, and how can I let myself be guided by the higher realms. So I hope that gives you an idea of what you'll be working with in January. It looks like an amazing month. I hope you have a great time. If you would like a personal reading with me, please get in touch via my website. It's gregoryscott.com. In my personal readings, I use astrology, the tarot, numerology, and my intuition. And I use all of those because in my chart, my sun is square to Neptune. But if you'd only like me to do a tarot reading or only astrology, certainly I can do that. Just let me know. For your natal chart, I need your place of birth, date of birth, and time of birth. If you don't have the time of birth, then please order a chart rectification with me. That's a process where you send me some info and I work out your time of birth, which is really helpful because it gives me the right ascendant, the right rising sign, and also the right house placements. So don't worry about it too much though. If you don't want me to rectify the chart, I can use sunrise, but then the house placements and the ascendant is affected. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, please, so it shows up in searches. Subscribe for more videos, and please share this video with anyone who you think may enjoy it and may like it. I also do a daily tarot reading on the channel, so if you'd like to watch that, please become a member of the channel. Have a fabulous January, and I'll speak to you soon.